morning and welcome to another studio vlog. So if you haven't been here before, my name's Kerri and I run Art and Design by KB. I'm an illustrator and I'm looking for ways to use my illustrations on lots of different products and in lots of different projects. And I also run Betty's Books and Devon Art Supplies, a high street shop, which is where I'm filming now and where my studio is based. So if you want to get to know me a bit more and find out what I'm all about, you can head back through my other studio vlogs and then you'll get a sort of an idea of who I am and what I do and what I create. But today's studio vlog, I'm just going to show you around really and bring you along with my day or potentially a couple of days depending on how busy the shop is and how much content I get filmed. One of my really important tasks for today, because it is the Wednesday the 10th of May today, so one of my main tasks today is to get my Little Jewels boxes here that you can see I've started putting together. They are my Patreon boxes and they need to go out today, and Moonglow Mail is going out tomorrow, unless of course I get it all done today, which would be fantastic, and then I'll get Little Jewels boxes and Moonglow Mail all out today. I currently have 5 patrons on the tiers where you get mail goodies, and then I have 3 other patrons as well who are on the Jelly Beans tier, which you don't get like items and things, but you get my podcasts and things like that. So thank you so much to those that have recently joined. So thank you to Rachel Louise and to Victoria. I'm not sure if I've shouted Victoria out in the last vlog or not, but we now have 8 of you lovely patrons, and as I say, I'm so grateful to you for joining and can't wait for you to get your goodies and find out what you think. By the time this video goes out, I'm hoping that my patrons will have received their boxes, opened them up and seen everything, because I don't want to give too much away, because in the Little Jewel boxes are sort of surprise items that I don't tell you about. In the Moonglow Mail, you will have seen that advertised like prior, so you will have noticed what's in the Moonglow Mail. That is something I give away, but not in the Little Jewel boxes. Some of those items are surprises. So I'm going to get on with my day. I think people are just started to enter the shop, so I might have to turn the camera off for a little while, but I will bring you along and show you what I get up to over the coming hours and potentially days. I thought I'd show you quickly some of the items going in this month's Patreon box. So this is for the Little Jewels tier, and this is what's going in so far. Although if you know me, you'll know that I'm always adding bits and pieces because I just want my patrons to know how special they are to me. So this month is Garden Gonks themed, and so I have done a mini print with Bert blowing bubbles. I've done my first ever magnetic bookmark. Now obviously I'm only sharing this with you now because my lovely patrons will have already received this and opened it. These items are actually surprise items, so they don't know what they're getting in their box until they open it. They do know this part, so as being a Little Jewel, you get the Moonglow Mail and extras, and then if you're on the Moonglow tier, you just get this Moonglow Mail, which comes like this in the post, and in there is usually a singular item that just fits in an envelope. But this month it was a mini print, bookmark and stickers, because it was a special month for a shop launch. And this Moonglow tier is £5 to those in the UK, or £7 I think for international. And as I say, normally you just get a singular item, but this always comes with the Little Jewels because Little Jewels get this and all their extra goodies. So I've also done sample sheets as well. So this is sample sheets of my notepad, new design coming out at the end of the month, and then this is the sample sheets of the weekly planner. Both of these will come out on the 31st of May, and I put like 4 of each in there. Rather than putting a pad, which would be too heavy and too costly, it would mean I couldn't do lots of bits and pieces. I give each of them like samples of them. And then I put a little cute sticker on there to make it special. And as I say, mini print in there, and then these cute little earrings that I made that go with the collection. So these are, they're not sterling silver, they're just silver plated. but they are little toadstools here, and they go with the whole garden gonk theme. And then I've done one of the little stickers here. The magnetic bookmark, as I say, totally new product, not done these before. This is something that I'm going to see what my patrons think, and if they like it, I will definitely be launching it then in the Garden Gonk launch at the end of the month. And then each person is also going to get a personalised item, and I'm going to try and do this in every box if I can. And this time I have done a little name on vinyl, and it is smart vinyl, so this is the removable vinyl that they can put on windows, walls and more. And then I'm going to give them the transfer tape as well, and then I'm going to do a little tutorial on the Patreon of how that they use the transfer tape to then apply this to any surface that they like. So each person, I'm just weeding out all of the bits they don't need. Each person will get a personalised name one. It may be that I won't use their name in each different little jewels box. It might be that I ask if they want a name of a family member or a friend done. It may be that it's not personalised with a name, but with something else that I get to know my lovely patrons and find out what they like, and then I can create something. But I'm going to aim to do something special like this in each box, something little. But because I've got my Cricut machine and all these different vinyls and things, and I'm learning and experimenting, it's nice just as a little extra for my patrons, because they mean so much to me, for me to put things like that in the box. So yeah, so they're going to get their moon glow mail with their bookmark, mini print and stickers, sample sheets, earrings, magnetic bookmark, mini print, a personalised vinyl, and probably something else. There's a couple of other things that I was thinking about putting in, but already, as you can probably tell, this is over like what would be a budget. So for a person who pays £12 for one of these, they, in the UK for example, so they pay £12, it will cost me I think £2.50 or £2.75 for postage. The Patreon actually take a percentage away, so by the time someone pays £12 for one of these, I think I get about £9.80 or something like that per box. And then obviously a portion of that goes on the moon glow mail part of it as well. So when you look at the RRPs of these boxes, of course the things inside of it are worth a lot more than what you pay for it. And I don't know how long I'll be able to keep that up. For as long as I'm making the items in-house for the majority of the items, I think I'll be able to do goodie boxes like this that are packed full of exciting bits and pieces and new things, and I think I'll be able to keep jamming them full of lots and lots of goodies, especially when I'm making them, the packaging myself and the items myself. It means that I can, so like for example, the RRP of these would be like £2.99, probably about £2.50, £2.99 for this. This alone would be £1.50 or £2, and then as you go on and things like these would be, and you can see the price racks up. But what I'm trying to say is they're really good value for money. So if you want to join my Little Jewels Patreon tier, then you can do so. You can do that in the UK or internationally. And I'm going to get on now with weeding this one out, and then I've got my other Little Jewels name on here as well. And the moon glows, their post is going out today too, so I usually put in that Little Jewels will go out the day before moon glow mail, and that's just to give me time if I'm falling behind or anything like that, but at the moment I'm on track. So yeah, I'm excited to see what my patrons think of this month's goodie boxes. I've got a patron who this will be their second box, and the other two are new, they're new patrons. This will be their first ever box, so I really hope that they enjoy the goodies inside. I always at the end of my vlogs now will put up a little thank you notice with the names of my patrons on, so that you guys can see the lovely people that are supporting me, just as a little thank you, to remind you that I am so grateful for your support. And you don't have to support by joining the tier where you get rewards. You can also join on the £2 a month tier, which is just to be able to support me, listen to my podcasts, see behind the scenes footage of what I'm up to and sort of get to know me. You'll also get first look at new products and things like that. So yeah, you can join Jelly Beans, Little Jewels and Moon Glows. I'm thinking about, because there's some projects that I've got coming up soon, which will mean that I'll be doing a lot more illustrating and designing, I am thinking potentially about setting up an extra tier, like a middle tier. and the middle tier would be for specifically looking through my sketchbooks and designs and things like that, because I don't know if I'm bombarding my patrons with too many posts at the moment, and maybe doing a totally separate tier just for looking through my designs and sketchbooks might be a way forward. But I'm going to have a chat with my patrons first and see how they feel about that before I go ahead and do that. So there we have it, there's all the bits and pieces weeded out. I think there should have probably been a dot there, but I think you can still tell it's Victoria. I will have a look and see if I can find a dot that's missing and just pop it on there so that Victoria can have this one on there. So these bits here are actually not joined up. You could put this bit underneath if you wanted to, but it's like designed so that you could potentially put it on a bookmark if you wanted to, on the back of a bookmark, because they're going to get one in the Moonglow mail, or you could put it on a bottle or anything really, but I thought it would be just a fun little thing to add in for my patrons. So I'm going to get on with cutting and weeding this one out, and then I will bring you along with some more things that I get on with today. So I've packed all of my Patreon posts up. I haven't got any orders going on at the moment, so I haven't got any of those to do today, but I have packed up my Patreon posts. So we've got 2 of the Moonglow mail on their own, and then 3 of the Little Jewel boxes which have Moonglow mail in them as well. And now I am going to plan for my June Moonglow mail and Little Jewels rewards and decide what theme I'm going to work on for June. But I think probably I might have to put that back until later today and do it in the evening when I finish work, because there are lots of jobs to do in the shop. I have got to do a bit of a stock check over in the art supplies department, because there's been quite a few people coming in and buying lots of bits and pieces, so I need to make sure that's all tracked through the system right and see if there's anything I need to get ordered. On the book side of the business, there have been some really great sales actually. People are loving the books that I've been putting out, because obviously we have half the shop for art supplies, half the shop for books, and it's only me selecting all of those products. So I do listen to what the customers are asking for, and I do a lot of research and I read a lot online to find out what everyone's looking for, and obviously I look at recommendations from the reps and things like that. But having such a small bookshop, you have to curate a collection that's quite small and works for you. And I find that as a bookseller, because obviously that's part of what my role is here, I have to kind of know about the books too. So when someone says, have you got this or have you got that, I can usually straight away answer the question. I usually know what I've got, or if it's likely that it's here in the shop, and then I can just hop onto my website where I log everything and let them know if it's physically in store or if I can order it in for them. A lot of the books here are about nature and eco-fiction, and then I have like a crime thriller section, and I do have a romance section and a contemporary section. I have a sci-fi section, a young adult section, a children's section, and then I have a historical fiction, science, crystals and mythical, magical, horror, and classical as well. So I have all those different collections, but they're quite small, so they're like one bookcase sort of size each. I'll do another updated tour of the bookshop and the books and the art supplies sides of the shop, so that you can sort of remind yourself of what it looks like, or if you're new, you'll get to see what the shop looks like. Because I'm always aware that I'm showing you this side of the camera, but over there where I'm looking is the rest of the shop, which is full of all sorts of bits and pieces. Yeah, I love reading, and if you have seen any of the vlogs where I've shown you my home, you'll see that my living room, one whole wall is just bookcases full of books. So books and writing and reading is another massive passion for me. Good morning, it's Thursday the 11th of May. I apologise for the crazy hair. This is what my hair actually looks like when I don't straighten it. So this is just washed hair, let dry naturally, and it goes very curly as you can see, which I'm not a big fan of, but I just didn't have time this morning to do anything. My youngest son is actually doing his SATs at the moment, so he's on his 3rd day of SATs. He's got his last day of SATs tomorrow. And my eldest son, I take him to the bus stop. He goes to a different school, so yeah, mornings are always hectic for me. Normally I make extra time to straighten my hair and do all of that stuff, but today I knew that I had a lot on, so I have come down to the shop early. It's only actually just gone 9 o'clock, and obviously I don't open the shop till 10. But I wanted to get a head start today because if the shop is busy again, it will mean that I won't get as much done on the shop launch prep as I need to. And obviously my Garden Gonk shop launch, my first ever online shop launch, is going live on the 31st of May at 5 o'clock. At the moment, I'm still unsure if I want to do it just on the website or website and Etsy. So my Art and Design by KB Etsy is still quite new. I've got around 41 sales on there, I think, at the moment. And I've only really been working on that since January. And I'm thinking maybe for this shop launch, I might do both. I might do it on the website and also on the Etsy. With the website at the moment as well, it's one of those things I'm thinking of changing and updating. What you'll probably notice at the moment is whenever you use my shop link, it actually takes you to my all my shops together. So that's Bessie's Books, Devon Art Supplies and Art and Design by KB. It's not ideal. I would like to have a designated shop just for Art and Design by KB, and I would love to have a Shopify. I just at the moment don't think that I'm earning enough with online sales to justify the quite high costs of having that monthly additional charge for the Art and Design by KB website. I'm already paying a website monthly charge for my main shop website, and so having Art and Design on KB on there makes sense at the moment financially. Obviously I would like to change that. I would like to have a separate one that looks really nice and has just everything dedicated to the Art and Design by KB. I've maybe put my portfolio on there for my illustration work as well. I'm not sure. I'm still wondering what the best thing to do is. I really, really want to do it. Maybe if I can get my income a little bit higher, whether that be through orders or through Patreon members, if I can maybe increase it by £30 to £40 a month to cover those additional charges with Shopify, then I think I would go ahead and go for it and get a Shopify website. If things don't improve dramatically over the coming month, I'll just stick with having the website in with my other website and then having Etsy as my sort of secondary place. So yeah, we'll see. I really would love one, but it's just holding back because of the finances that's stopping me really, because it is quite a high monthly fee considering. It does have some fantastic sort of apps and things you can link with it, but I think there are additional charges for some of those, the ones that link it with Etsy, for example. And I love the idea of being able to see where people are visiting from, but you can do that on Google Analytics as well. So yeah, it's pros and cons really. I love the idea of a Shopify. I just don't know if my Art and Design by KB business as a standalone is bringing in enough money online. In store, it's doing really well and things sell regularly and they sell really well. Online, I'm still battling and trying to be seen. I feel a lot like there's just so many of us creatives online that I'm not being seen yet, but I'm working really hard and trying my best, and hopefully things will get there in the future. So what have I got planned today? Today I have got my cards to package up. So I did a card order, card delivery has arrived, and there's some new designs in there that we'll be launching at the end of the month. And there's a restock on a couple of designs as well that I needed for the shop. And then I need to do some paperwork. I've got some admin and paperwork things to do, and then I need to try and get some more photos done for all the products I've been making for the shop launch, because I feel like I'd have liked to have had everything done and dusted by the end of this week so that I can then know that everything's ready to just press that button at the end of the month, and then I can start preparing for next month's bits and pieces that I do, because I try and work like a month ahead if I can. But yeah, we shall see. I'll bring you along with the day and see what I can share with you, and yeah, let's get started, shall we? So it has been a really busy day and I have got so much done. I'm really pleased with what I've got done today. It's coming up to 3 o'clock, which is when I close the shop and go and get my boys so I can spend some quality time with them. But before I go, I just wanted to show you some of the products I've been working on today, and they are some shaped bookmarks which look like this, and I'm super pleased with these. They've actually got a holographic overlay, and I've chosen for these ones the butterfly one because I thought that went with the garden gonk theme. So they're going to be white on the back, so just plain on the back, but they're like shaped ones so that you can pop them in even like notebooks and things. You can pop them in the top to mark your pages, but they'll also go into books and things as well. But I was trying to think of different things to do with bookmarks. So with my bookmarks, you probably saw that I used to do them in-house and print them in-house, and I was double-siding them where I was doing the front with the main design, the back with like a repeat pattern design. Then I chose to outsource them, so you will have seen in a few videos ago where I had my first delivery of bookmarks, the witch bookmark, which I had double-sided, the same design, and I was much happier with the quality of those and the price of those bookmarks. So I decided I think I'm going to probably outsource the standard looking bookmarks, but I wanted to do something still in-house and I wanted to do something a bit more special. So I'm doing shaped bookmarks now, which I will do with each different design. And these, as I say, will have like a laminated finish, holographic usually. This has got a butterfly one, but I don't think it's going to show up on the screen. And I'm also creating magnetic bookmarks. So at the moment, these ones haven't got their magnets on because I've just cut these ones. Again, they're going to have a laminate finish, and these ones have got the butterfly laminate finish. Now what I have to do to finish making these is I fold it just like this, slight press like that, and then I add the magnets, and that's what makes them magnetic. Now for ages I wondered how people were making these magnetic bookmarks, and then when it's done it will go onto a little sheet like this and it will look like this. So this is what's the Ginny Gonk one, and then I'm going to do the other gonks as well to go in my garden gonk collection. As I say, for ages I was wondering how people were making these magnetic bookmarks. I was thinking that the whole thing was printed on magnetic paper and then cut on the machine, and I thought the whole thing was magnetic, but then I thought that's going to be really heavy and really thick, and when people were making them, they were making them really thin. And so I realised what they were doing was just making normal laminated bookmarks and adding the magnets on the back here. Now I did start making them with the magnets I already had, which are these little ones here, but they're absolutely fine, they work, and I hot glue them on and everything and it works. But I've decided to order some slightly thinner magnets and that are slightly wider in diameter. So going forward, all the bookmarks will have these new magnets on them. But now they work absolutely fine. I've tested them and had them in my books for a little while just to see how I got on with them, and I was happy. So they do work with those little magnets, but I think I much prefer them with the thinner, larger magnet discs, if that makes sense. So that's what I would recommend if you are looking to make your own magnetic bookmarks. But if you like the look of my garden gonk magnetic bookmarks, and as I say, the other garden gonks will have their own magnetic bookmarks soon too. Oh, did you see the butterfly then? I showed up a minute ago. There you go, can you see it? It's so pretty. Yeah, so if you like the look of these are going to be launching at 5 PM on May the 31st. That's 5 PM British time. And yeah, I'm so excited. I've got even more products to share with you. I've worked so hard on this launch. It's the hardest I've ever worked to get lots of different products all with a similar theme. But I've also made lots of new products that I've not made before, like the magnetic bookmarks and the shaped bookmarks, like the acrylic keychains that are going to be in, the acrylic earrings and things like that. So yeah, there's so many products that are going to be launching at the end of this month, and I'm really excited because it's the first online shop launch I've done. So yeah, thanks so much for watching this studio vlog. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you want to find out more about my story and how I've got to where I am now, you can go back and watch the vlogs right from the beginning in the playlist. So you can start from studio vlog 1, which was January 2023, and then you can sort of catch up and follow my journey up till now. So I hope you'll want to subscribe and follow my journey and see where I go with Art and Design by KB and my little high street shop. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.